Hey YouTube, Peterbilt Knife Guy. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Ontario RD-9 in dark gray with some new scales. This will be the one. What did I tell you? This thing is not a chopper. So like I said, this is the Ontario RD-9 in dark gray. I didn't know when I first did the review of it, but DG stands for dark gray. Makes total sense. What can I say? I'm not perfect. But this thing had a fatal flaw, and I'm sure anybody who's bought one of these, they came in different size, RD6, RD9, RD something else, I don't remember. But they came with these absolutely terrible wooden scales that are flatter than a pancake and poorly radiused. And it's almost a obligation that you're gonna have to change these scales to make this knife functional. And that is exactly what I did. Thought there was a chip in the blade, but there's not. Yeah, so these are scales. These are G10 scales, and they're in like a camo pattern, I guess. I can't remember what I ordered, but I think they're like $56 on the knife connection. And man, did these change this knife's comfort in hand. This knife went from a 0 to hero with just the grips alone. If you look at them, there's a thickness difference here, where the stock ones versus these ones, they are a thicker scale, which is quite nice because it's more filling, it's more radiused, it's more rounded. Originally, see, this is not my knife. This is on loan from a guy who will remain nameless, but he sent this to me to check out, and honestly, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed at all. For a 9.5 inch knife, yeah, no, it's that. But the handle scales were just like holding onto a freaking Lego. Now, I didn't at first know these were wood. I thought these were some kind of composite, but this is wood. And, it looks layered, but it's just like a composite wood. And I found out the hard way by chipping it. So what I did was originally, because he told me I could modify it as necessary if I wanted to try that. And I'm like, you know what? I like modifying knives. I'm going to do it. So what I did was I left these scales on the handle, and I went down to the old Harbor Freight and picked up one of these guys. This is a 1/4 inch radius bit that, if you look, it has a little bearing down here. And what I did is I took the knife and I ran it along here, and it radiused these scales. This guy right here, it radiused it a 1/4 inch, and it did well, actually. It did really good until I got to the corners, and it blew off this corner right here, because these bits only spin in one direction. So when I went around there, pop, that corner came off. You could see from where I didn't radius it, let's see, right there, yeah, it brought it in more if you look right here versus right here, and it worked good, actually. But like I said, it blew it off, so at that point I was obligated to purchase new scales. I wasn't obligated to the owner of this knife, but he told me don't worry about it, and I said no, I feel bad. Plus, I kind of want to try out these knife connection scales for here. So if you're interested, this is what they are on the knife connection. Fantastic. I have them for SEs and now this Ontario, and man, did it make a difference. We're gonna go chop something because this thing kind of hurt in the handle, just being so blocky. It wasn't very comfortable to chop with, but now we need to find out if it actually really made a difference. And there's only one way to tell that, and that is to try to blast through 2x4. And you know what? We're gonna do that today. So let's go, let's try to chop this 2x4 in half and see if it made it any more comfortable. Safety glasses. Nobody wants a splinter in the eye. Now, I am gonna contend and I'm gonna maintain the fact that this knife, for the size it is and the thickness it is a very crappy chopper. I don't know why. You would think it would be better, but it's just not. It chops, don't get me wrong, but if you've only had an Ontario 9 or RD-9 as a main chopper and you haven't tried something else, you just don't understand that this thing just does not chop that well. It chops. It's a little more comfortable than it was. But it's definitely not a heavy hitter. Definitely not at all. Assholes. One more. Oh, come on. This will be the one. What did I tell you? This thing is not a chopper. It is a big knife that doesn't chop as a big knife should. It really doesn't. Comfortable on the hand though. Very, very much necessary. As a big knife, it's good. As a chopper, it's just lacking. I don't know why. Physics of the blade really should make it chop better than it does, but it just doesn't. Anyways, let's meet you back inside. So the Ontario RD-9 DG, dark gray. The handle scales, necessary. Good knife, absolutely. Chopper, not so much, but check these out. I'm sure if you have this knife, you probably already know about them, but definitely worth the price. Huge increase in comfort in the handle. Definitely did not increase the chopping. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching.